Search and rescue dog Quake and his handler, Senior Constable Dan Rushton, are ready to seek a track away from the drink packet, though it could have been anyone's.
We're just going to deploy forward with the dog and have a cast around that area and see if we can find a track away or whatever information that might come through from there.
SAR base, this is Team 1, go ahead.
Yeah, message for you, over.
Standing by.
We've got a empty drink packet, which has been dropped down at the stream junction just here. It's really fresh. There's some sign leading north from that, which Johnny may be able to follow up on. What we've got is John, one of our team members. He's a specialist tracker, and he'll just go in front just to make sure we've got a direction of travel confirmed before the dog goes in.
Which way, Johnny?
Quite a few people walked up through the grass.
Quite a few people?
Yeah, no less than 3.
Yeah.
They may have gone through at different times. There's a small group have gone close to the stream, and there's another one that's gone out on their own, like cutting the corner.
While there have been a few people through here, if the dog gets a strong, fresh scent from the drink packet, he should be able to track whoever dropped it. Dan Rushton and Quake are followed by fellow trackers Johnny and Bayard. Paul, Fiona and the rest of the team, along with Bridget Martin, follow behind.
Search and rescue police dogs are selected because they're outstanding tracking dogs. Train a police dog takes approximately 8 months of courses. The dog's selected because it's exhibited signs that it's going to be a very good tracking dog.
We've got a direction of travel, which is really good. Obviously the missing party has walked up the creek. Now the dog handler's got a direction of travel. He asks the dog the question, are you tracking, are you not tracking? And up they go. And the visual trackers behind the dog team will look for sign, because the dog handler himself is so intent on watching his dog that sometimes he might miss the little clues, the little sign, and that's why the visual trackers are behind as well.
Just looking for markings through the dirt and the mud down through here. Wet footprint going in, should be quite distinguishable. We're just trying to work the whole package together and assist the dog. Yeah, the dog's working with a nose, working with a scent, whether it be on the ground or up in the air, and we're just looking for the visual signs, slips in the mud, breaks in the trees, whatever it might be. And this is great weather for that, with all the rain, easy to see an imprint into the ground.
But they still could be tracking the wrong person. The drink packet may not have belonged to the hunter, which is why the other teams have to keep searching in their designated areas. 1 kilometre to the east of the dog team, Dan Pehe and his team are halfway through searching their patch.
What we're going to do is go to the high point up here and follow this boundary back around, making sure that we've cut this area in half in one sweep, and we're going to come back down in the second sweep, covering the whole area. Having their confidence and ability to be able to use a compass as well as a GPS certainly helps you out.
Meanwhile, John Russell's team are still making their way through some very dense bush.
The clock starts ticking. We want to hammer down and really find them as fast as possible, give them as much chance as we can.
Back with the dog team, Quake still appears to be following a very strong scent. It looks like he is definitely onto something. And sure enough, just over the top of the hill, he makes a significant find.
Someone's been down here.
Tracker dog Quake has located a backpack belonging to our missing person, as well as a track through the stream.
That pack was described as being taken with the possum trapper. Indications of the dog pretty strong through the sheltered area. Strong track to this point. So pleased we've found the pack. God knows where the bloke is, but promising, eh? At least it means we have been tracking the missing party.
The dog team wishes to continue upstream tracking scent over.
He's definitely dropped into the stream. There's a big scrape mark when he's got in. A lot of water's coming out of it, but I think it's just a soil rather than an age indicator. And then there's boot prints further through.
Across the other side of the stream, Quake looks like he's picked up a strong scent again. He leads the team across a fence line through some very thick bush and up a hill.
Hey Johnny, that idea of your whistle blast might be a go, eh? At least we can search going back into the wind, okay? I don't think he's too far away.
3, 2, 1.
The composition of scent is quite complex, but it can be simplified into two groups, and that's ground scent and airborne scent. You're obviously looking for ground scent where the person's walked.
But with the wind blowing uphill, the man might not be able to hear them. Also, the breeze might have confused the dog.
Hopefully you'll pick him up on the window, heading back down, because we've obviously overshot to up here. Up here, there's no track up here. So if in doubt, go about, we'll head back down.
With darkness approaching and the possibility that wind might have confused the dog, the chances of finding the man before dark are becoming slimmer by the minute. As Dan Rushton concentrates on the dog's every movement, Quake begins to look like he's picked up a scent again and begins tracking.
The dog looks for the most recent scent and formulates a scent picture from what he can detect. He'll indicate that he's found a track by his movement of his head and also the carriage of his tail when he actually begins following a track.
Back at Mechanics Bay Rescue Base, the Westpac Rescue helicopter crew is on standby and just 15 minutes away by air. But with sundown less than an hour away, time is running out. Now the search part of the exercise is done, there is still the rescue.
We'll report back with further. Over.
Dan is letting the closest team, Team 1, know where they are while Johnny examines the man closely.
The feeling you get when you find someone's absolutely fantastic.
SAR base from dog team, over.
You have one radio with each team and there's a call out to all radios.
Medic is requiring immediate evacuation, over.
When there's a call saying attention for all teams, it's usually really important. And it says all teams can stand down, return to base. And we go, yes, he's been found.
Okay, I've just got me here securing the head because we're suspecting a spinal injury. Johnny's working on the primary injury or the cause of the pain, which appears to be down on the right leg.
Respiration, 12 breaths per minute.
We've also got Fiona just working on here, taking some baselines so we can get as much information back to base as possible.
You've often seen the family around at the search and rescue base before you go out. They're so grateful to you, you know, and so you really want to find the person. And so when you get that stand down, you're pretty elated.
15 minutes later, the Westpac helicopter has landed at SAR base, ready to head out, just as the other search teams are returning.
One of the sayings we've got is that we're unpaid professionals. Everyone treats it as that you get out there for a search and it's heads down, backsides up and no mucking around. If somebody didn't need our help, we wouldn't be there.
So base, we are requesting a winch. We are clearing a winch space, over.
But the high trees and the fading light means a winch from the chopper could prove dangerous. Dean Duffy has authorised Team 1 to find a landing place for the chopper.
The winch is not an option. We need to organise a route out. Okay, all set? Inside, outside, inside, outside.
You're not always in the team that finds that person. Everyone has a role to play. Every role is as important and contributes to a search.
SAR base, Team 1, over.
Team 1, go ahead.
Updating you that we are now transporting the patient on the stretcher out to the landing point, over.
The volunteers are vital to police search and rescue. We need them for their resources, for their manpower and their skills.
The main reason people get lost is through lack of planning. And there's a great adage that says if you fail to plan, you're going to plan to fail.
Slowly.
Here in New Zealand, we have an abundance of people that are willing to drop their time and go and search for someone. To be given that responsibility in charge of someone's life is something that isn't taken lightly.
One of the most satisfying things on being on search and rescue team is the fact that we generally find our missing people. Unfortunately, in some cases, our missing people have passed away,
But in any respect, it's great closure for the families to know that we have actually found their loved ones.
I suppose part of the training and the skill level is that I get to come back, see my family, knowing that in the outdoors some people don't get to come back.
My husband is very supportive, and he kind of seems to vicariously enjoy the fact that I enjoy it. You have to be really committed, you have to really want to do it, and you have to be in a position to be able to do it.
Finally, 8 hours and 30 minutes after Ross was reported missing, he's heading to hospital. Or he would be if this was for real.
There's lots of things that unless you practice the scenarios and do them, you don't know what to improve on. Maybe we could have improved on communication. Maybe we could have improved on knowing what direction the teams were heading and where the dog was heading. So it's all a great learning curve.
Pretty confident the dog would find me here. Just cast along in the wet ground for a while, but had sort of, no doubts that they would find me.
This program was funded by New Zealand On Air.